everybody. If you guys can hear me and see me okay in the chat, give me a quick shout out. Just say hello. Say, yes, I can hear you. I can see you. It's always good to know if the tech is working the way it's supposed to be. It's always good to see people here live. I see Marie Julie says, good afternoon. Good to see you. Hi, Norma. Hello, Bevy. Hello, Crystal. Awesome. And I've got Sup. You is seen, says Sean. Thank you. Perfect. All right, cool. Love it. And I could see you, however, you're cut off at the forehead. Oh, well, that's weird. I don't know why that's happening. You might have to refresh the page or resize your screen. But nonetheless, let's dive in. So this is a Ask Me Anything. I know a lot of people are shy about sort of being the first one to ask questions. So if you want to ask a question, feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat. I've got the chat pulled up here in front of me. But while we're waiting on some questions to come in, what I'm going to do very quickly here is I want to start by sharing if I had to start over from scratch and I wanted to get to, 10 to 20,000 per month as fast as humanly possible, and then I wanted to be able to scale that to at least $100,000 or more per month, what would I do, right? Obviously, we're at those benchmarks now and beyond, but if I had to start over with nothing, I didn't have my following, I didn't have my email list, I didn't have, a bunch of people that knew me from speaking on stages across the country. All I had was the knowledge in my head to help people, and I had my internet connection. What would I do? What would I to start over from scratch? And so what I want to do very quickly here is I want to share with you guys my screen, and I'll show you kind of the 4-step blueprint that I would follow. See if you guys can all see this okay. All right. You guys seeing my screen okay? Just give me a thumbs up or all good. Okay, hey, good afternoon, Kevin. Good to see you. So if I had to start over from scratch, this is the funnel I would build, right? And this literally can get anyone who is either an expert in their field. You've got some sort of... Now, here's the caveat. Before I explain the funnel and how it works, you have to have some knowledge, wisdom, skill, or expertise to help people solve a problem in their life, a major life or business problem. Maybe, you're a health expert. Maybe you are a tax expert. Maybe you help people with relationships or personal development. Maybe you help people in their finances, with their wealth, either helping them to grow their business or helping them to get out of debt. Whatever that is, whatever your area of expertise is, that's the first prerequisite, okay? So before I share this entire thing with you, you have to meet criteria number 1. Can you solve a problem for your prospects? Do you come to the table with some expertise? Obviously, my expertise is that I know how to grow businesses. I know how to find clients. So I know how to help people who say, listen, I want to grow my business online, but I don't want to rely on word of mouth. I don't want to rely on referrals. I don't want to spend all day, chasing people in Facebook groups or direct messaging strangers. I don't want to have to, do organic posting and wait for people all day long. I want something that's predictable and controllable and scalable. And how do I do that and predictably grow my business quickly where I can get as many clients as I want whenever I want? Well, this is the funnel that I would utilize. In fact, it is the very funnel that I have utilized. So I'm going to walk you through this very quickly so that you guys kind of understand. I would start with on YouTube, first of all. So I would find my audience on YouTube, and there's a number of reasons for that, which I can go into if you guys want to ask some questions. Oh, by the way, if you guys do have questions, it'll help me to find them better if you type the word question in brackets before you actually type your question, okay? So just when you type a question, if it's something you want me to see and answer, type the word question, and I'll be able to find it way more easily than just scrolling through all the chat, right? So I would start by finding my audience on YouTube. And the main reason why is twofold. Number 1, the targeting is better on YouTube than it is on any other platform. And number 2, the state of mind that people are in when they go to YouTube. Think about when people go to Facebook, they go to Facebook to be distracted, right? When people go to YouTube, they go to YouTube typically searching for solutions to their problems and answers to their questions. Well, if we can find those people at the exact moment when they're searching for something related to whatever it is that you can help them solve, then they're going to be in a much better mind frame than if we target them on Facebook, which, by the way, the targeting is less dialed in on Facebook than it is on YouTube. The reason why is because Google owns YouTube. And then the second reason why we would target them and why it's better, in my opinion and in my experience, and why I get a better ROI on YouTube is because on Facebook, people go to Facebook to be distracted. So we have to interrupt what they're doing. But if we can go with the momentum of somebody on YouTube already typing in, how do I fill in the blank? What would somebody, how would somebody, if somebody was searching for your expertise and they typed in how to blank, what would they fill in that blank? Maybe it's, how do I save money on my taxes, right? How do I find more clients for my business, right? How do I make money in crypto? How do I lose 20 pounds before bikini season? Whatever your expertise is that you can help somebody with, we can get in front of those people based on their search behavior since Google owns YouTube, right? So that's the first thing. We're going to target people on YouTube. Then we send them to a capture page where they can opt in. From there, we send them to what I call a bridge page video. This bridges the gap from them not knowing us, not trusting us, not having any idea who we are, to them going, hey, I think I kind of like what this person has to say. I think I might be interested in hearing more. And the whole goal of this video is to get them to book a call, to get them to say, yeah, I think I would like to book a call. But we don't just get on the phone with anybody and everybody, okay? We set up filters so that they have to book the call on your calendar, then they have to fill out an application. So it's like, all right, I'm going to make sure that this person is a good fit for what it is that I do. There's really 3 criteria that you want to look for in an application. A, can somebody financially afford your services? B, are they interested in getting started right now? And how soon can they start? And number 3, where's their desire level at? In fact, honestly, I find desire to be more important than money. Oftentimes, people will come up with the money if the hunger is there, if the desire is high enough, right? Now, of course, in order to do this, you got to know how to target your perfect audience. That's where somebody like me, I can coach you on that if you're interested in getting more information. And by the way, if you are interested in learning more about how I can help you, you're welcome to apply for a free strategy call with a member of my team, where we can walk through exactly how we would target your audience, how we would customize this 4-step funnel for your exact business. But essentially, what we're talking about here is I used to do, in my business, I used to have a completely automated system where I signed up people 100% all on autopilot. And that had pros and cons. The cons were it was way lower conversion rates, because if people don't feel like you're customizing a solution just for them, you're going to close way fewer people and you can't charge as much, okay? Once you start talking to people individually and you structure your offer the right way, you could charge more money, which means you can meet your income goals with far fewer clients. And so most of our clients that we're helping right now, we're showing them how to package an offer that is no less than $2,500 to $3,000, many of them all the way up to $5,000 and even $10,000 that they're charging for their offer. And when you do it that way, you attract way better quality people, okay? If you're just selling like a $27 ebook, what you end up doing is attracting a lot of dabblers. You end up attracting a lot of tire kickers, people who aren't overly serious. And so with this funnel, we can help you to find high ticket clients. And the beauty of this is you can, if your goal is, I want to make $20,000 a month, okay, you only need 7 clients at $3,000 a piece in order to meet those income goals. And with this system, we combine all the best parts of an automated system with all the best parts of being able to close way higher percentages of people at way higher prices so you can meet your income goals with far fewer people. Because this system that I just showed you, what it allows us to do is it allows us to weed out all of the wrong people on autopilot, right? And so every step of this acts like a filter. we make sure that in our YouTube ad, we call out only the right people who we want responding to our marketing. On the landing page, we're going to make sure that our headline only calls out to the right people so that if they're not a good fit, they don't opt in, which is good. We actually don't want everybody to opt in. On the bridge video, we talk exactly about here's who this is for, here's who this is not for, so that we get the right people taking action and booking on our calendar. So right here alone, these first 3 steps start to weed out the wrong people and make sure that the only people that are going to be hitting our schedule page are going to be people who've already been filtered through the right process. Then, because they're the one reaching out to you and you not the one reaching out to them, this gives you far better positioning in the sales process. And then you don't get on the phone with people until you review their application and say, yes, this person is a good fit, or no, they're not. And if they're not, you cancel them off of your calendar and you don't end up talking to them. That's exactly what we do in our business over and over and over again. And we've scaled this model up to multiple 6 figures per month. So if this is something that you would like my help with, if this is a business model that makes sense to you, I would strongly recommend that you book a free strategy call with my team. You can apply for one by clicking the link that you see somewhere on or around the page here. Let me check and see if we've got some questions that have come in very quickly here. I do see Marilyn says, let's see if I can bring this up and let you guys see it. Here we go. All right, how about this? Marilyn says, this might be a basic question, but I don't know the answer. How do you embed the link to your course into your YouTube videos? So this is a good question, and it's not really basic, but here's the thing. I actually don't recommend typically that you try and sell a course directly from a video on YouTube. You can if it's a low ticket offer, but oftentimes, like we said, that ends up attracting a lot of dabblers and tire kickers. What is, in my opinion, a much better thing to do is to send them from your YouTube ad or your YouTube video over to a landing page where they have to opt in and give you their details. That way, you now have their name and email and their phone number, and you control the channels of communication moving forward, right? In my opinion, this is a far superior way of doing this. Now, as far as how do you embed the link, well, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. If you're just running organic videos, organic meaning the type of videos that people just search for and they find on their own, right? Where you're not specifically targeting them with paid advertising. You're just putting up content. And the only way you're really targeting it is by saying, if somebody's been searching for this key phrase on YouTube, I'm going to optimize it so my video tries to rank for those key phrases, okay? And if that's the way that you do it, there's a couple things you can do. You can put the link where you want them to go in the description. So every YouTube video has a description section where you can explain what the video is about. And in the opening line of that description, you can say, click here to grab my free X, Y, and Z. Click here to get my course. Click here to get my free PDF report or whatever it is that you might be giving away. Click here for the free training video. That's what I do. I say, click here for the free training video. They opt in on a landing page, and then they watch a video that gives them some value. We have, by the way, we help our clients with the exact scripting of what you need to say, because the video has to be done in just the right way to really build people's desire, to qualify the right people, disqualify the wrong people, so that you're getting on the phone only with the right people. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what we end up doing is crafting our YouTube ad so that it speaks to the right people. So if you're doing it organically, you'd probably just post the link in your description. Or if you've got like a short little pretty link like the one I've got on the screen right now, you could just display it on the screen and tell people, hey, if you want to take the next step, whatever the next step is for you, you give them a call to action and you tell them the link or you show it on the screen. The only trick with that is it needs to be short, easy to remember, and it needs to be something that's not easily misspelled. So I typically like .com addresses. I like things that are 2 to 3 words long. And something that's not overly long where it's like, oh, I got to type in a bazillion characters. So if you're going to do that, then you just put a link in the description that they can click, and you say, hey, make sure that you click the link in the description of this video in order to take the next step. And let me give you a little extra feedback here. Does this answer this question for you, Marilyn? And by the way, if you're going to run YouTube ads, you can embed the link right in the ad. That's all set up, and we help our clients with that on how to set up your links inside of YouTube. Now, somebody's asking how I got this to display on the screen. I'm using a broadcasting software. I'm on a Mac. I use something called Ecamm Live. Ecamm is spelled with 2 M's, E-C-A-M-M, Ecamm Live. It's a great software, and it allows me to have different scenes where at the press of a button, I can go show this screen with, a circle. Let me take her thing off the screen. I could show that with my face on the screen. I could show my screen without my face. I could show just my face. I could show my face with an overlay, right? I have Ecamm Live allows you to set up what they call scenes. And so these scenes allow you to show, an image graphic, play music underneath what you're doing. You could do all kinds of stuff, but most of you, unless you're going to do live broadcast frequently, I don't actually recommend that you do that. You don't necessarily have to go get Ecamm Live for that. It's really, Ecamm Live is more of a software just for broadcasting, and it only works on Mac. If you're on Windows, there's a software called vMix that I think is really comparable to Ecamm Live. But ultimately, my recommendation is not that you run endless live videos like what I'm doing. This is just a bonus that I do. Literally, I do these maybe once a month just for my list, just to say thank you for being on my list. But I don't rely on this as a consistent strategy to bring in clients. So like we've got Melissa's question here, which is like, what's the best way to obtain clients? And the answer to that question is, if you want something that is predictable, scalable, repeatable, and controllable, then my recommendation is that you set up something like this funnel that I was just talking about at the beginning of this live, where we run paid ads on YouTube, okay? So we can target exactly who we want. Paid ads, it's like turning on a faucet. Imagine this. What I just explained with organic traffic, if you go out and you just post videos on Facebook or on YouTube and you hope, fingers crossed, I hope people click on my posts or on my links or on my ads, and you're doing it all organically, to me, this is a little bit like saying, I want to get a drink of water, so I'm going to go put a container out in the yard and wait for it to rain. Hopefully it'll rain. Eventually it might happen, but it's not fast, it's not controllable, it's not predictable. To me, the fastest way to get a drink of water is to turn on the water hose or to go to the faucet and turn it on at whatever speed I want to fill up my cup of water, right? This is the difference between running paid ads and doing organic traffic. And so if we run paid ads, my recommendation to you, Melissa, is the best way to obtain clients is to set up the type of funnel that you know you're going to get a return on your investment. You can predictably say, for every $1 I put into advertising, I'm going to get no less than $3 back out, right? So if I asked you, okay, would you be willing to trade $500 for $2,000? I would all day long, right? Okay, well, over and over and over, if I trade $500 for $2,000 and that's predictable and scalable, then I don't care what my ads cost me, right? Because I know it's an investment that's bringing me a return. So if you're the kind of person who understands that investing in the growth of your business, being an entrepreneur means investing in your business and not, playing business and not playing, well, I think I'll post a little bit today and I'll cross my fingers and I'll hope it works, then probably working with me and my team is not the best fit for you, if that's your mindset. But if you're the kind of person that says, man, I'd love to set up a predictable, scalable system, like that 4-step system you just showed on the screen, where I know I can predictably bring in new clients. And by the way that we do this, and if you're interested in that, hop on a strategy call with a member of my team, and we'll show you exactly how we would target your specific audience on YouTube. And if it looks like your business is a fit for what we do, we'll hop on a call. We will share how to do that. And we will, if you're interested and it looks like we're a fit, we may even invite you to the next step, which would be to get my personalized help and coaching if that's something you're interested in and open to. But either way, if what you do is a good fit, and you qualify for a free strategy call with my team, you'll get a ton of value out of the call one way or another. Because if we look at your application and we don't think we can help you, we won't put you on the calendar, right? So this funnel that I was just sharing with you, and Marilyn, if you got here late, you can always go back and watch the replay, but we were sharing that, all right, we send our traffic from YouTube in a very predictable way. And the reason this works is because I said Google owns YouTube, which means we can target people. Imagine somebody has recently been searching for, how do I lose weight? How do I alleviate lower back pain? Whatever, right? Whatever your area of expertise is that you can help someone solve a problem. We can tell Google if somebody's been recently visiting certain websites, because think of everything that Google owns. Just in your mind right now, what all does Google owns YouTube, which is where we're going to target. But what else does Google own? Well, they own the Google search engine, so they know what key phrases people have been searching for. They own Chrome browser, so they know what websites people have been visiting. They own Gmail, so they know what kinds of content people are opening in their email. They own the Android operating system on mobile phones, so they know a lot of things about your behavior on your phone. And so we can harness all of that data and perfectly target only the people that we want to see your ad. And then we put together a message, and I've got exact scripts that we help you to fill in the blank on that stuff, where you put together a short 60 to 90 second ad, and we get those people reaching out, opting in, watching a short video that we helped you to script out. They book a call with you or a member of your team, but you'd never hop on the phone until you look at their application. We help you to write the right application, and then you only get on the phone so that by the time they've gone through all of these automated filtration steps, you know that you're only getting on the phone with the very best people. And this is why we can help you, especially when we give you our exact script that we utilize in our own business to close 30-40% of the people that we talk to. There's no reason you shouldn't be closing more than at least 1 out of every 4 people that you talk to, right? This is a far higher closing rate than if you try and do it 100% automated all online. So what we do is we put together the best parts of automated systems online where we filter out the wrong people, but then it's like what we're going to do is we're going to let the automated system bring them 80 yards down the field on the football field, and you're only going to get on the phone to bring in the last 20 yards for the final touchdown, right? And because they're already getting on the phone prepared, they've heard you in a video. They're like, I like what this person has to say. I think they can help me. They're already trust you. There's rapport built. They know what you do. You're not just getting on the phone cold and bringing them the entire 100 yards from one end zone to the other. The automated system we help you to set up has already brought them 80 yards of the process, and now we just have to bring them those final 20 yards. And with the right script and the right coach in your corner, there's no reason you shouldn't be closing 1 out of at least every 4 people you talk to. And so just ask yourself this: if we were to help you put together a program that sells for minimum $2,500 to $3,000, and you might be thinking, oh, that'll never work in my niche. I'm telling you, if you are an expert in your field, what you might be saying is, yeah, but not everyone would pay $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 or more for a program. And you're right, but we don't need everybody. We only need enough of the very perfect people, right? Which this system helps you to find and filter out the wrong people so that you only find the right people. If you want to make, let's say, $20,000 a month, and we help you put together a $3,000 offer, you only need 7. Right? So if 100 people say no, but 7 say yes, right? Well, let's say we find 200 people. Let's say 200 say no, but 7 say yes. Well, still, at 3,000, you could be making $20,000 a month. And I've proven this over and over and over in my own business. And again, if you want us to walk through this system with you and how to utilize this, feel free to book a free strategy call with my team by visiting the link that you see on the screen right now. So At this point, I don't see any other questions in the chat. This is an Ask Me Anything session. So feel free, if you have any additional questions that you want to post in the chat, feel free to post those now. If not, and you're interested in booking a free strategy call with my team, again, let me just clarify. You really need to meet 3 criteria, okay, in order for you to book a strategy call with my team. And while I'm saying this, feel free to put in any additional questions you've got. And if there are none, we'll be done, and hopefully you got some value. And if you have any more questions, we'll spend a few more minutes answering those. But if you want to book a strategy call with my team, and I have seen a couple of calls come in already, so thank you for those of you who've already booked. But let me just say this. For those of you who are interested in booking a free strategy call with my team, there's 3 criteria you need to meet. Criteria number 1, you really need to be selling your own thing, something that you own and control, your own program, product, or service. If you are selling, I don't know, solar, or you're an affiliate for somebody else's product, we really are not working with those people. If you're selling, Medicare or, insurance. In other words, if you get paid a commission for selling somebody else's thing, really right now we're not working with those people, except for very, very, very rare instances. Now, if on the other hand, like we've got, let's say you sell real estate. We're not really working with real estate agents per se, but we do work with a lot of real estate coaches who they're experts at selling real estate, and they want to start a coaching business where they can help other real estate agents with their expertise. Those people are perfect, okay? So you really need to own and control your own thing. That's criteria number 1. Number 2, you need to be able to actually, have some expertise that you can monetize, right? Kind of like we've got a guy who is a tax expert, and he can help people save a ton of money on their taxes. We've got health and fitness experts. We've got personal development experts. We've got a gal who is an expert at helping people, helping parents of difficult children, with children with like ADHD, to help those children sort of calm down and learn better. We've got a Christian-based marriage counselor. I mean, we've got all kinds of different people, but the thing is, you've got to have some level of expertise that you want us to help you package up and monetize. So as long as you have that expertise, then we can help you to package that up, put in the right system in place, and quickly, the goal is to get you your first client in 4 to 5 weeks after you start working with us in our program. And so again, if that's something you're interested in, click the link. But then the third criteria you really need to meet is that you need to be willing to invest money in the growth of your business, because doing this quickly requires investing in things like YouTube ads. Now, we're going to help you do this ideally at a massive profit with very minimal risk when you have us holding your hand every step of the way. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to invest in the first place, then reaching out to me and my team is probably not a good fit. So let me see if somebody else has a question. Somebody said, "Did you see my question above?" No, I don't guess I did. You might want to type it again. Quiza Media says, "Did you see my question above?" And that's the only thing I see from you in the chat. Yeah, no, I don't see anything else. So you might want to type it again. Sean says, "Have you had success helping educators in the past?" Well, honestly, I guess it depends on what you mean by educator. Yes, like we got a guy right now he's literally he's a coach. He's a school teacher, but he's also a coach, and he helps like baseball players who they're competitive baseball players, and they want to get into college and they want to perform better. And so like he is an educator, right? So he helps people in that area. We help. So I guess it depends kind of on what you mean by educator. If you're saying, well, I'm a public school teacher and can you help me land a better job at a different school? Well, no, that's not really what we do. Okay. We're helping you to package up. So yes, honestly, everything we do is we're helping educators, right? If you're a coach or a consultant, you are an educator. That's exactly what I do. And I am an educator. In fact, I was a public school music teacher for many years, but I don't monetize my ability to teach anymore in that arena. I now am a coach of people who want help, let's say, growing their business, finding clients, doing it in a consistent, predictable way. Okay. Let me see other questions that have come in here. Let me check. Somebody said, how do you start a YouTube channel? Honestly, that's something that we share in our program, but you can easily find that out. I mean, it's not hard. You just go to YouTube and type in, how do I start a YouTube channel? And literally all you have to do is set up a Google account. And you, if you have a Google account, you already have a YouTube channel. And honestly, if you're going to run ads, you don't even have to have any fancy stuff. You don't have to have a banner or fancy graphics or anything like that. Okay. All right. Let's see. And she said, this is the follow-up. If so, what are the settings? Yeah, that's something that honestly is a little bit outside the scope of what we're going to cover here on this particular call. That's the kind of stuff you can find pretty quickly on a quick on a quick Google search or YouTube search. And the reason I say that is because the methods I want to teach you, I want to like setting up a YouTube channel that you're going to go live on. Like this is honestly, what I'm doing right now is cherry on top stuff. It's like I've got a big list and I'm like, hey, if you guys want some help, let's hop on a quick hangout and let's chat, right? But I don't rely on this. This is like cherry on the top stuff. What I rely on day in and day out in my business is this, right? Sending paid ads from YouTube to a system that is predictable, controllable, and scalable. And I know for every dollar I put in, I'm getting no less than $3 right back out, okay? And so if that's what you're interested in building, I want to give you information on this particular call related to building that type of system, okay? Bob said, I really enjoyed your ads and how quickly you're able to get my attention in the first 5 seconds. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you saying that, Bob. And let me just say this. This is one of the reasons why it's so important, if you've never run ads before, for you to work with somebody who knows how to write ads the right way. And let me explain why. On YouTube, you guys, I'm sure you've all seen YouTube ads. Most of you probably never run YouTube ads, but most of you have seen them. Well, you know that that skip button doesn't show up until 5 seconds into the ad. The first 5 seconds, what we call the hook, are the most important part. It's like the make or break part of the YouTube ad. And if you don't get that right, everything else in your ad could be great and you're still going to bomb. It's still not going to work. And so you've got to have a really great hook. And what we want to do, here's the other little trick a lot of people don't know. After you say the hook in the first 5 seconds, in the next 15 to 20 seconds, you want to do what I call push and pull. You want to push away with your language, with your messaging, the wrong people who you do not want continuing to watch your ad. And you want to pull in closer to you the perfect people. So right here where Bob says, I've enjoyed your ads and how quickly you were able to grab my attention. That was very intentional. People like Bob are probably almost likely my perfect client. Whether he's looking for help right now, I don't know. But people like that are perfect for what we're looking to do. And the reason I know that is because my ad was specifically designed to get people like Bob clicking not clicking the skip button and continuing to watch my ad and opting in and going to, getting on my list. But it was designed to push other people who are not like Bob away. And what does this do? Does anybody here know why it's so important to convince the wrong people to click the skip button in the first 30 seconds of a YouTube ad? 2 reasons. Number 1, it's because you don't get charged if somebody skips before the 30-second mark. That's really, really, really cool, right? If somebody clicks the skip button before the 30-second mark, you don't get charged. The other thing is that it trains the algorithm, because if you don't get charged, that means YouTube and Google are not making money, and Google is going to learn very quickly, here are the types of people who are continuing to watch this ad, and here are the people we're going to stop showing it to. So the algorithm gets smarter and smarter and smarter at finding the right people, showing it to the right people, and stopping to show it to the wrong people. And your ads can get smarter and smarter and more optimized, more dialed in with lower cost per acquisition every step of the way. And again, if you want our help customizing how we would do that for your specific business, feel free to go to the link that you see on the screen and apply for a free strategy call with a member of my team, and we'll be glad to walk you through how to do that, okay? Somebody's asking, how long should your YouTube ads be? My very best ad right now is 90 seconds. It's actually a little less than 90 seconds. It's really not about how long it should be. It's about what should you say in order to get the right, how many of you would like it if I gave you for free right now the blueprint, the framework for my best performing ad? If you want, if enough people say yes in the chat, give me a big yes in the chat if that's something you're interested in. Let me know, and I will. I'll see if we can't spend a few more minutes here doing that after I answer a few more questions. Okay. How would you use ChatGPT to come up with content for a real estate wholesaling business? Yeah, I mean, honestly, just going to ChatGPT and asking things like, what are the perfect keywords that people would search for to look for real estate wholesaling? Like the way that we work with our clients to utilize things like AI and ChatGPT is in using it to figure out a jumping off point for good keywords to test. Because what we do is we tell Google, hey, Google, anybody who's recently done a search for these key phrases, or they've watched videos on YouTube related to these key phrases, or they've visited websites related to these things, we want to show our ads to those people. And this is a great way as a jumping off point. But then that's only the first step of the process. You then have to know, well, how do I actually structure the ad? How do I actually write the ad? How do I actually structure the campaign so that I don't lose a bunch of money and I can test in a very controlled low risk way. And that's where, having a coach to help you comes into play. And if you're interested in maybe looking at acquiring us as a coach and going to the next step, feel free to book a strategy call with my team. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'd love to see that. Okay, great. Well, let's do this. Let me take this off of the screen real quick, and let me go share my screen. And I'll tell you what, hold on. I gotta see if I can find this framework you guys are asking for. All right, here we go. How about, all right, check this out. All right, you guys can all see my screen okay, where it says writing your script for your YouTube ads? Yep, okay. All right, so somebody's asking, well, how's it beneficial to share a framework if this is what you're selling? Because here's the thing. Good marketing gives away the what and the why, but it doesn't give away all of the how. It might give some of the how in order for you to give sort of a, hey, here's how to get started. Here's how you can know that I know what I'm talking about. Here's how you know that I'm credible. But what we do in our marketing is we focus mostly on the what and the why. Maybe a little bit of the how, which is honestly, I don't give away much of the how in my regular marketing. I'm only doing that for you guys here because you're members of my list, and I give away extra free value as a way of saying thank you for being on my list, okay? But normally in my regular advertising, my ad is far more about the what and the why. But in order to get the how, they have to take the next steps, which is opting in, watching the next video, booking a call, and ultimately buying my program in order to get the full-on how. So my marketing might have a little bit of how the further they dig into the funnel, but eventually, in order to really get all the hand-holding and customized support they need, really good prospects know they're not going to be able to do it on their own. What I have found is this. The best prospects, the people who are willing to pay the kind of fees that you want to charge, they're the people who understand the importance of investing in a coach because they understand that time is money. They understand that if I have to do this on my own, it's going to take me way longer. I may never get it done, right? And time is money. I would rather get this done right the first time, skip the headaches, skip the guesswork, skip all of the frustration, skip all of the wasted ad spend and money, and just find somebody who's done this successfully over and over again and have them give me the blueprint and hold my hand every step of the way, right? And so if that's what you're looking for, feel free to book a strategy call with our team, and we'd be happy to talk you through how we would customize this for you and then talking about the next steps of how we could potentially work together. But this is basically my framework for what I call the differentiator ad. Now, there's several different types of ads that I run, but this right now is my best performing ad. I call it the differentiator because the goal of this is not to try and convince my audience that I'm better than my competitors. It's to talk about how I'm different than what they're currently doing, the other things they've tried, every other person that's trying to sell them something. It's about differentiating what my system or the way that I can help them is different from everything else they've tried, but simultaneously agitating their pain points where they go, oh yeah, I don't want to keep doing X, Y, and Z, right? And this framework gives them hope that, oh, well, maybe this different way of doing things is what I've been missing, okay? And so I call it the differentiator, and it's a really, really simple ad to write. And you can have this entire ad done, scripted out, and the whole recording of it is not longer than about 60 to 90 seconds, okay? And so let me walk you through what each one of the steps of this are. You can see the first 5 seconds are the most important part, where we call out who we want. And so what I'm doing in my who section is I'm trying to put bait in the water that I know only my ideal prospect would be attracted to. That's what Bob was referring to. That's how I'm pretty certain Bob would be a good client for us if he was interested in, he may not be the right time, and that's okay. But I still know he's the right type of person, because he would not have been attracted to my message if I didn't do my first 5 seconds right. And I know I did do my first 5 seconds in my ad correctly. So what I like to do in the first 5 seconds of my ad is either create a ton of curiosity, I like to ask a question, call out a common problem, or a combination of these 3 things. And I'm going to show you an example. In fact, I'll show you 2 examples of this. Here's one. If you don't want to ask a question, you could just say, if you've ever done this thing and you have this pain point, you're going to want to listen very carefully for the next couple of minutes, okay? So if you've ever tried ketogenic diets and you lost 0 weight, in fact, you gained more weight than you lost, you're going to want to listen very carefully, right? So you're calling out something else they've tried, right? If your marriage is on the brink of divorce and you tried therapy and your husband and you just got in more fights during the therapy session, you're going to want to listen very carefully, right? So you're calling out some other thing they've tried to do to solve their problem, but it hasn't worked for them in the past, okay? Here's word for word my best performing ad right now. I ask a question. Where's the best place to get high paying clients for your business? Is it Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, or Instagram? So let's take a second and talk about why that hook works well, okay? Number 1, only my ideal client, my who, is gonna be interested in the answer to this question, because everybody else is not interested in high-paying clients. They don't want to know the best place, and they're not running a business. So my audience wants to know. I want to find the best place for high-paying clients, and now they're going, I wonder which one of these 5 things it is. So it creates a ton of curiosity. But then what I do is I create push and pull in my hook here by calling out who this ad is really specifically for and talking more about the problem I'm going to solve. So I say, if you're a coach or a consultant or a course creator or even an agency, and you're trying to find your ideal clients online and actually get them to reach out to you and talk to you about your programs, your products, or your services, the answer to this question will probably surprise you, okay? So honestly, I'm probably done with this in the first 15 seconds of my ad. So now, pretty much anybody who says, yeah, I'm not a coach or a consultant or a course creator or an agency, I'm not an expert of any kind, I don't think this ad's for me. At that point, they're skipping away, which is exactly what I want. I've said, if you have this problem, keep listening. If you're this type of person, you're really going to get a lot of value. And everybody else is probably at this point going, yeah, this isn't for me. So once I've done that, I'm now going to differentiate and agitate. I want this section of the ad to create hope that, well, maybe this guy's got a path for me that I haven't tried before to help me scale my business further, to add a new revenue stream, or to fix what hasn't been working thus far in my business. And so here's what I do. This is kind of a tricky little thing. I actually don't give them the answer in the ad. What this does is it creates a ton of curiosity. Now, you guys already know the answer is YouTube, but the person watching the video doesn't necessarily know for sure yet that the answer is YouTube, because I want to create that curiosity to make them want to opt in for the answer. So all I do here is I say, I'll give you a hint. And what I did out of all 3, I said Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, I just picked one of them, and I picked the most popular one that I know at least 80% of my audience has tried before and struggled with. And I'm picking all the stuff they hate about Facebook and I'm agitating their pain. So in other words, I'm sticking in the knife saying, hey, do you not have enough clients? And now I'm twisting the knife, agitating their pain by saying, you hate this stuff that you're doing now on Facebook. Well, let's find a different way. So I say, I'll give you a hint. It's not Facebook, and that's great news, which means you're not going to have to direct message strangers. You don't have to chase people in groups. You don't have to post organic content for hours a day. You don't have to compete with paid ads in a really crowded market space. You don't have to worry about the iOS updates affecting your targeting, which it's done on Facebook. There are so many reasons to try a different platform. Now, if you want to know where to go and the best, so now what I'm into is what I call the call to action. Okay, and a call to action is not just click the button, I'll see you on the next page. A call to action needs to do 3 very specific things and 2 more if you want to get bonus points. I'll tell you what they are in a moment. Okay, actually, I'll tell you what they are now. How about this? Is this valuable? If anybody's getting value out of this, give me a quick thumbs up on the screen. Okay, just give me a little bit of feedback so that I know that this is something that you guys are getting some value out of. And again, if anybody wants us to help you customize this strategy for your business, feel free to book a free strategy call with my team. You'll have to fill out a short application on the next page, but I'm seeing some thumbs up. I appreciate that. Give me any comments or feedback if this is valuable to you. And let me just say this. A good call to action has to have 3 things, okay? Here's what they are. You might want to write these down. Here's what I've got. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what you should do next. Those are the 3 non-negotiables. Here's what most people, all they do is here's what you should do next. That's it. That's the only thing most people do. All right, click the page or click the button, go to the next page, see you there. They just tell them what to do. A good call to action incorporates at bare minimum all 3 of those things. Here's what I've got. Here's what you should do. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what you should do next. Now, if you want bonus points, you don't have to do these, but they're really, really good if you do. I like to add in, here's why you should do it right now, some urgency. I like to add in why it's safe and smart, like removing risk. Hey, the video is free, the thing is free, go check it out. What is sort of the risk reversal aspect of this? So those are 2 additional things that you could, but the non-negotiables. Here's what I got. Here's what you should do. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what you should do next. So if we take a look at this, oops, hold on, I clicked too early. All right, so if you look at my call to action, and by the way, you don't have to do those things in the exact order I just gave you. It doesn't have to be here's what I've got, here's what it will do for you, here's what you should do next in that order. Notice I actually started with, if you want to know where to go and the best marketing strategy to attract high-paying clients, what is that? That's here's what it will do for you, right? If you want to know the best marketing strategy and you want to attract high-paying clients, they're going, okay, that's what it will do for me. It will allow me to attract high-paying clients. Now I say, here's what I've got. I have a free masterclass coming up today and tomorrow. And now I'm going back to more. Here's what it will do for you. It shows you a simple 4-step sales funnel that turns total strangers into high-paying clients within 48 hours. And I'll show you which traffic source you should be using. By the way, here's one more 6th thing you can add for a lot of bonus points: curiosity. Anything you can add that gets them going, well, what is this traffic source? What do these pages look like, right? How can you turn people into clients so quickly if they're total strangers? What kind of funnel will be able to do that, right? So what I've done is, here's what it will do for you. Here's what I've got. I created some curiosity. Then I went back to here's more of what it will do for you. And now I'm at here's what you should do next. If you want to check it out, oh, look at this. It's totally free. So that is removing their risk, okay? Just click this ad, register your details on the next page. So I'm very clearly telling them what's going to happen, right? So now anybody who's not interested in putting in their name and email and phone number, they're not going to click my ad, right? I want to set the right expectations in the ad. Click the ad, register your details on the next page, watch the training while it's available today and tomorrow. Look at that. So that's the urgency, right? So now they're going, hold on, is this thing expiring in a couple of days? Man, I better grab it right now just in case. And so it creates that urgency to opt in. And then the final step of this process is nothing more than a screen with a couple of animated arrows to give them time to click. That's it. And we create this for our clients. We give this to you so that you can just, we give you the frameworks, we give you the fill in the blank scripts for you to just write your ads, to write every step of your funnel. We actually create, we even create all of the pages for you. So you can just download all of these pages and they download into your business and you own all of the pages once it's done. But it helps you to skip over all of the tech work so you don't have to set up, a bunch of pages and 1,000 moving parts. We've already done that for our clients, which saves you a ton of time and effort. So anyway, I hope that you guys got some value out of this. Again, if you're interested in booking a free strategy call with my team, feel free to do that by clicking the link, or I shouldn't say clicking, but typing in the address that you see on the screen. Just open up a new tab in your browser, head over there, apply for a free call with my team. Somebody's asking, Funny Animals is saying, I like your screen name there, Funny Animals. Well, saying, is there going to be a replay? Well, this is broadcasting straight out to YouTube, and I am planning to keep the YouTube video up. So yeah, you could just watch the replay directly on YouTube. Pretty much, once this is over, you should be able to just refresh the page, and I think YouTube automatically has it available to you. If not, it might take a half hour or something to render. But okay, cool, man. I'm seeing, yeah, Bob says fantastic. Thank you. Well, you're certainly welcome. I appreciate the feedback. Crystal said I love it. Ghetto Manga gave me a big thumbs up. So cool. I'm glad you guys got some value out of this. So listen, I think that's all I've got for you today. I don't see any additional questions in the chat. So once again, by the way, we have a small team. So if you are interested in getting on our calendar, I would grab a spot now while you can, because our calendars really do fill up very, very quickly. I don't have a big team of people. I got a couple of partners that I work with, and they take calls on my behalf, and they'll help you with all the strategy to help you dial this in and customize this for your business. So if you're interested in seeing if your business is a fit, let me just give you the 3 criteria very quickly. You really need to sell something that you own and control. Okay, if you're an affiliate or you're a network marketer, you're selling real estate or whatever, probably selling solar panels. If you make a commission selling somebody else's thing, please don't apply for this. We'll probably cancel your call. Insurance, that kind of thing. Now, if you can coach other people how to sell that, great. We'll absolutely help you. Okay. Second criteria you need to meet is that you need to have some level of expertise that you can actually solve a major life or business problem for your clients. And then number 3, you need to be willing to invest financially into the growth of your business. If you meet those 3 criteria, feel free to apply. We'd love to chat with you and help you with this. A quick song. Yeah. Thanks for being here today. See you guys on the next one. Have a good one. I appreciate you all, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.